Is there anyone in your life giving you a hard time right now? Do you wish you had never met them, or do you feel like punching them in the face? Well, I'm here to announce to you that they are your greatest teachers. Now listen up. No one is your friend and no one is your enemy. No matter the state of the relationship, whether sweet or sour, we are all teachers and students at the same time. Life is a teach and learn affair. Hey lovelies, welcome back to another video. Before we get right into the video, here's a little life update. I'm back to China to continue with my studies, which is taking up most of my time. To be a postgraduate student is indeed not for the weak. So here's the deal. I ain't gonna be posting every week like I used to, but I'm gonna try to do at least once a month. And I'm also going to be throwing in some vlogs every now and then because, of course, why not record it if I'm going to carry out the activity anyways? It doesn't take anything from the time I'm spending out there. I'm also going to be posting lots of short form content on TikTok. In fact, I'm already doing that. So if you're not following me on there, then you're missing out on a lot. So kindly follow me on TikTok and my other social media platforms. And stay updated. Yeah. Who are they? Who are these teachers who are enriching our lives, although they make it feel like torture? Our greatest teachers span a wide range of people. Our parents, our siblings, our friends, our classmates, our fellow workers, our intimate relationship. In fact, anyone in your life at any given moment is there to teach you something. The opposite is also true. You are in people's lives to teach them. So you see, we teach, we learn. Everybody and everything is serving its purpose, whether it looks and feels like it or not. Each teacher fits the circumstances of your age, spiritual capacity, and your need to absorb some important life lessons at the time they cross your path. Each contributes the exact lessons needed in the moment of giving it. And the amazing part is, each teacher and lesson adds a dash of color to the canvas of our own someday to be masterpiece of divine purity. Which is why you need to strive for self-awareness so that you can understand and appreciate every little detail. I hope that at this point, you're beginning to loosen up and appreciate the events of your life a lot more better. And also, trust me when I tell you that no matter how bad things seem, they are working in your favor. No two ways. Everything is working in your favor. I'm not going to be dwelling too much on a lot of the good stuff in this video because nobody seems to have a problem when all is going. Now let's go down memory lane, shall we? Who exactly have my greatest teachers been? I must say I've had quite a lot of them. In fact, a lot of them. But then let's dive. Let's go deep down to the root, to where it all stems from. And that will be my father. The kind of relationship I have with my father is more of a hate relationship than love. And this started way before I was born. According to the story, when my mom got pregnant with me, he wanted her to terminate it because he wasn't ready for a second child. And mind you, they were married. I'm not talking about boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. No, joined in holy matrimony. Of course, my mom refused, which is why I am sitting here talking to you today. And as a result of this decision, my dad, as loving as he is, decided to have nothing to do with the entire pregnancy journey. Even after I was born, he had nothing. We never saw eye to eye. Like, he didn't want to have anything to do with me at all. And according to my mom, I was her toughest pregnancy. She even almost lost her life when she was giving birth to me because she lost a lot of blood. And I was like, Where did all of the blood go to? Because I have been battling anemia for almost 99% of my life. So where did the blood go to? And it's not like he was done with my mom or anything, because he still went ahead to have a third child with her. So what was the point? Doesn't make sense. I'm not going to talk about what he did or didn't. I'm just going to go straight ahead to talk about how it affected me. When it comes to my dad, he is someone who is highly irresponsible, very careless, doesn't take care of even his own life. He never took his own life seriously, and he never cared for any of his children at all, not even one bit. Despite the fact that he had children with many other women, all of the responsibility was left to all these women. He never took part in anything. He was hardly ever at home. He contributed to nothing. He never played with us. He never visited our schools. He never participated in any of our important celebrations like birthdays. He never got us gifts. Nothing whatsoever. No relationship whatsoever. He was 100% emotionally unavailable. So much so that I ended up attracting these same type of men in my adult life. Men who would treat you poorly and end up blaming you for the reactions that came out of that. The pattern went on and on until I experienced something that seemed a little different. Just a little. At the beginning, he showed some signs of consistency, being a provider and being available. Although he wasn't fully mine, yes, I was a side chick. Actually, I was always a side chick. I have never been a main chick. For some reason, I am always sharing. I wonder why I kept attracting that space. But then, I was always sharing. The only time it felt like I was the main chick was in my very first relationship. And even with that one, he was a chronic cheat. So I can't even say for sure whether I was a main or I really haven't been a main chick until about now. So yeah, although I was a side chick, his effort was quite impressive. But then he was highly insecure. So insecure for somebody who already had a woman. And he was so much involved in low vibrational spaces and behaviors such as complaining, comparing, gossiping, demanding, and all of these made him come off as more feminine than masculine. It felt like I was dating a woman. Luckily for me, it was around this time that God was rearranging my entire journey. So I didn't hesitate when it was time for me to let go. Because I was choking with all these negative vibrations. I was just fed up. I had had enough. And you know the most interesting part? These same people, alright, that he wanted me to be so much like are people he had already described as deceitful, liars, cheating, beggars, you know. So I'll be like, wow, you want me to be all of these things? But I can't. Rather go and be with them than force me to be like them. That isn't going to happen. And another shocking thing I experienced in that space, which I haven't experienced anywhere else, is that although he was a provider, he was keeping count. And at the end of the day, he quoted to me an amount of everything he had spent on me. I'm like, oh my goodness. But the most soothing part is, as soon as he left, God introduced someone who spent even more than expected. And I wasn't even involved in a romantic relationship with this person. So you see, there is beauty in letting go. God bless the giver who expects nothing in return. You guys are gem. Mwah. A lot of other amazing things happened afterwards. That was my journey to abundance. I was in my manifestation era. Of course, I had to put in all of the work, but it did truly expose the best version of me. Again, it is a teaching and learning affair. What does this teaching mean? Should be your mantra in the face of any given adversity. Keep on raising your vibration and keep your heart open. The universe will respond to you in due time. Make sure your way is pure. In fact, you can never operate from a space of higher vibration if your way isn't pure. Trust me, it didn't feel this good at the beginning. It felt I was losing everything I had worked so hard for. My turning point attacked me in the angle of my health, right? There was nothing I could do about it. It felt like my entire body needed a reset. All I could do at the time was sleep. But then chronic migraines from all angles. Sometimes it will attack me from this side of my brain, another time this side, sometimes everywhere. I couldn't sleep. No amount of chamomile tea or lavender tea could help me out. I just couldn't fall asleep. It was that bad. My migraines were that bad. And it wasn't only the migraines. Other parts of my body was diseased as well. I was just a mess. A total mess. But God knew what it was doing. And did I trust God all along? Well, in the beginning, although I saw most of the signs that something like that was about to happen, if you haven't seen my shitty video, please check that out. I still couldn't fully accept it until I realized that, oh, we are doing this. We are actually doing this. Yeah, I was so disappointed. I was hurting. At a point, I gave up on love. I was like, nah, this isn't working. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of all this emotional mess, this emotional unavailability. Men who do not really care about me like that. And why was I even accepting them anyway when I wasn't their priority? I was second. All the time, second. But the best thing that happened to me was deciding to come back home, like to go back home to Ghana for my healing journey. If I had stayed in China, I bet I would have lost my life, because the kind of love I needed in that state couldn't have come from here. The only place that kind of love would have come from is home, and that is exactly where I got it. Although it was a hard pill to swallow, it was absolutely worth it. I feel like God was giving me the opportunity to experience the love that I was missing throughout my life all these years. Not even sure whether what I experienced was love or not. But then after what I went through, I realized that everything I experienced in the past was nothing close to love. It wasn't love at all. But you know what I'm grateful for? It led me to appreciating what love actually feels like. And right from then, everywhere I turned to was filled with love. People were just willing to help. People were just opening up to me for anything at all. All I needed to do was just to open my mouth and ask. But the love was over. I felt like, so life can be this sweet. Life can be this amazing. So what was I doing before? After this period, after I had fully gotten my health back, I realized that I was actually ending a phase of emotional unavailability, starting right from even before I entered into this body to begin this lifetime. That phase was ending, which is why at the end of it all, I experienced so much love. Just like I start thinking it is dying, only to realize that it is becoming more beautiful than it ever was. And now that I have become fully aware, if I decide to drift backwards into my old ways, that will be entirely on me. It will have absolutely nothing to do with the result of a traumatic experience. Just as the saying goes, when a karmic cycle is fully resolved, everything you do from then on is on you and you alone. So it is better to do everything in the name of love and for the good of all. It is only by doing that you can begin to live an extraordinary life. This brings us to the end of today's video. Kindly do well to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and click the like button. Also, drop a comment in the comment section. Let's get interactive. Let's get to learn about how to get better and better day by day. I wish you all the best on your journey to self-awareness. Getting to know yourself is indeed the best gift anyone can ever give themselves. Don't forget to love divinely and unconditionally, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.